get to it. I'm really excited about this, you guys, because I think that this is going to be something that will save you so much time. And this shouldn't take very long because it's gonna be so easy. So for those of you that don't know me, I'm Nicole Carter, part of the digital curriculum crew. And today's session is all on YouTube Live and using YouTube live streaming instead of doing the process of recording to your computer. And then once you close out Zoom, compressing the file, then uploading to YouTube, we're going to skip all of those steps, which can take anywhere from 5 to 20 minutes. So once you get this set up, it'll just be running in the background and you won't have to worry about it. Now, I will say this or preface this. We are never going to be sending students or parents to our YouTube live stream. We're just using that as a kind of the dumping ground for the recording of the lesson. Students are still joining you in Zoom so that we're in that kind of protective space or whatever. You're just using the YouTube live stream feature in the background so that you can skip all of those other steps of downloading and uploading, okay? I just wanna make sure that we're super, super clear on that. We're not sending students over to the live stream. Okay, so what you're gonna wanna do is go into zoom.us. I'm showing you the version from actually doing it in a tab on your browser. So you're going to go into the settings and you're going to scroll halfway down to the live stream settings. So if I go into zoom.us, I can do this really quickly for you guys. I'm in here so often, you guys, that I never really know anymore where things are showing up because I just do that Command F feature where it allows me to just really quickly search for what I want. So I just did Command F and I searched in live stream. So it looks like we're all the way down, 2/3 of the way down into the settings. We need to flip this switch. We need to turn this on, and then we need to make sure that these are all checked. For your specific, like I'm going to record while I'm in Zoom, you need the YouTube one. Now, if you're going to record something where it's important that you have like a URL ahead of time, this might be a back to school night or something, then you need this last box checked. It's way more convoluted. You'll see that just the YouTube live stream instead of recording to your computer will be so, so easy. So I just want to make sure that you have all of those checked. Okay, the next piece that you have to do is you need to go into YouTube. Up in the top right-hand corner, you need to find the little camera guy and click on it and click on Go Live. Once you go there, if you've never done a live stream before, you'll see this second screen that says Go Live anytime for any reason, and you need to click the button that says Get Started. Do this soon, maybe as soon as we get off of the Zoom call today. Yes. Can I record this if I'm showing a video found on YouTube during my lesson? You should be able to. Although I will say this, I have done PD sessions like this before. If you've come and done any of my sessions, you know I like to do music ahead of time. And the music ahead of time that I'm using and I'm streaming from Spotify, YouTube has an algorithm that it searches out things like that and flags it. And so it's still there. It doesn't do anything to the recording, but it changes it from being like a public view to a private because of copyright issues. So Steve, I think, yes, you should be okay. But if it hears any of the music specifically, that might be a popular song or something, then it could flag it for copyright and change your permission settings.
Can I just add that? Can I quick add on to that question? Because when I tried to upload to YouTube with things on Zoom, where I showed a YouTube video, short video, it wouldn't let me do it because of those copyright things. But I'll try it and see what happens.
Yeah, it might be something where you can, because just like with the recording, you can start and stop the recording at any time. So if you're about to do a video, it could be something where you just go ahead and make the decision to stop live stream and then start live stream again once the video's done. And that could be your kind of workaround. Okay, so the reason I bring up setting up hit the get started is because you'll see this screen. and it sets up, it takes 24 hours to activate. So if you do it today, it should be ready to go for you, no problem, on Monday, right? So get that activated. And then once you launch your Zoom, instead of hitting record, you're just going to go over near the end button and click on more, the little jelly beans in the corner. And then you just select live on YouTube. So instead of hitting record, you hit live on YouTube. And then the next step is that you're going to use your naming convention, just like hopefully you've at this point figured out a naming convention for all of your videos when you upload them. So use that same thing here for your title. And then you want to click the down arrow and select unlisted. Just like when we are uploading to YouTube in the other way, we're going to select unlisted. And then you'll just hit that go live button. And what it does when it pops open like that, once you hit that go live, it will go ahead and open up another tab in your browser, and you'll see, you know, your name, and you'll see Zoom in the bottom right hand corner. And if you have any sound going, you'll even hear an echo. You'll hear a sound. So if you close that tab out, then you won't have any feedback issues with your audio or anything, or you can mute the site if you feel like you want to see it. But you don't really even need to have that tab open. You can go ahead and close that tab out. It's just running in the background, just like as if it was recording to your computer. You don't have to worry about it. Know also, this is huge, that there is a few seconds of a delay. One thing that legal was super, super concerned about when we were talking first about going to YouTube Live was just the idea that if a student blows out in class, that if you were doing this to your computer, you have the ability to never upload it to YouTube. You have the ability to potentially edit the blow up out, whatever. Well, in this instance, there's a delay. So if a kid does blow out, you could potentially go in and stop live stream, and it might not even make it, if that makes sense, because of the delay. I want to say it's like a 5-second delay or something. So you could really quickly, if a kid starts to act up or something, go into the buttons and stop live stream. But I mean, you don't need to have this screen up in the background at all. And to stop your live stream, it's again, just as simple as clicking those 3 little jelly beans and clicking stop live stream. So back to Steve's question about potentially showing a video mid-lesson, you can start, stop. It doesn't matter. Okay. And then that delay could potentially be helpful as well. And that's it, you guys. It's that simple. So once you hit that start, you know, and you go through the process, the naming convention, you know, you might just have to train the kids, let me do this real quick. Or if you open up your room ahead of time, you could set it up real quick and it might not be an issue. And then as soon as you're done, hit stop live streaming, and your video is already ready to go on YouTube, and it's living there. And I'll show you where you can go and find the URL to add to your Canvas assignments or Seesaw or whatever. But you no longer have to wait for the decompress from Zoom, and you no longer have to do the upload process. So technically this could save you 15-20 minutes for every video you were doing. Okay.
Nicole,
so
before you move on, is there a pause? You said that we can start or stop.
No, unlike with the recording, you have start, stop, pause. But with this, it's literally just start and stop, and the 5-second delay. So no, you would have to start a new live session if you needed to stop for any reason. Yeah.
And
yes.
so if I want to edit it, is there a way to edit that later on?
Well, technically, every video you have in YouTube that is your video, you can download from YouTube and edit in a software program. YouTube Studio technically has some small amounts of editing. I find it a little clunky. I would much rather download it and use iMovie personally. But if you wanted to mess around in the YouTube Studio editing software, you could potentially do it right there in YouTube as well. So to get access to the live streaming, you're going to go back into your YouTube Studio, and then you'll go into, instead of, it will default to show you uploads. You just have to click on the tab right next to it that says live. And then on your video, you'd click the 3 little jelly beans for options, and you can, get the shareable link there, or you could click the little button that looks like the YouTube play button to open it in a new window or whatever. So Super, super easy, just like you would get for the main uploads. It's just in a slightly different spot. Okay, that's it.